All right, next phase, let's get it going. We have cardio and glutes again on this Friday evening. So thanks for joining me, if you're joining me live or if you're just checking out our feed demo. But what we're doing today, equipment-wise, is we need an elevated surface. We love our hip thrusts, we love our bench, so go ahead and grab that out. A mat for sure. And then today we're gonna switch it up if you have a heavy item like a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or just a household item, a water jug, anything you can use. We're gonna have a heavy item for a couple exercises. And then of course our optional, if you have a glute band, go ahead and grab that out as well. So let's go ahead and get started we have 3 stations and a finisher, just like always. And we're gonna do something different for each station today, timing wise and reps wise. So let's go ahead, cardio station number 1 is what we're gonna start with. We have 2 little supersets in this station. So for the superset, we're gonna do 30 seconds of the first exercise and then immediately go into 15 seconds of the second exercise, which is gonna be kind of like our burnout speed exercise to finish out that superset. So, and we have 2 rounds of each of these, okay? So, for the first exercise here, we're gonna go in fast feet, okay? Just like we would do for a warm-up, we're coming side to side really quick as you can. We're here for 30, and then immediately into 15 seconds of burpees, okay? So 30 seconds fast feet, 15 seconds of burpees, and then our next superset here, which is gonna be hand release push-ups. So normal high plank push-up position, we're gonna lower, release those hands, press ourselves back up, keeping that core tight, squeezing those glutes, and then after that 30 seconds, we're gonna go into Superman swimmers here. So we're kicking those feet, kicking those arms, and just squeezing those glutes, squeezing those shoulder blades at the top. So that is cardio number 1. All right, fam, here we go. We have glute station number 1. So go ahead and grab that glute band, grab that mini band. Same format as our cardio station number 1. We're gonna do that superset with a 30-second block immediately into 15 seconds of a burnout exercise, okay? So we're gonna start, you're gonna pick one leg to do for this whole first set, and you can hold on to a surface if you need a little bit of extra balance. But other than that, we're gonna hinge over slightly. Spine is nice and neutral, slight bend in the knees, and we're gonna perform some banded kickbacks here, okay? Initiating that movement, driving through that glute, and full range of motion. After this 30 seconds, we go immediately into kickback pulses right here, again, driving through that glute, okay? And then for our second superset, same thing, we'll just go ahead and switch sides and do kickbacks on the other side. All right, band not necessary. You guys know what to do to really feel that glute working if you don't have the band, okay? And that is gonna be glute station number 1. You'll repeat that twice. All right, here we go, cardio station number 2. We're going back to the OG station format of 30 seconds of each exercise for 2 rounds. Okay, so first exercise, grab that heavy weight. We're gonna do a kettlebell swing here. I don't have a kettlebell, but I have a dumbbell. This will work with anything. If you have a handle, anything you can hold on to nicely, okay? So we're starting with that weight in front of us. We're swinging it between our legs and using the momentum from our glutes and hamstrings to drive that weight forward, okay? Make sure you keep those feet planted on the ground and a nice strong glute drive there, okay? Exercise number 2 for this, we have burpee lateral bear crawls. So we're gonna do, let's say a lateral bear crawl across the length of your mat, or if you have 2, cone things set up, you can use that as well. So we have a burpee at the top, drop it down into a bear crawl, keeping our core nice and tight. We're crawling across the length of that mat, trying not to cross those arms or legs, and we have a burpee at each side, okay? And exercise number 3 here, we're gonna drop down to the mat, and we're gonna do some hollow rocks, which means we're setting up in a hollow hold position. So low back is nice, flat against the mat. Okay, legs are slightly elevated off the ground, shoulder blades are slightly off the ground, and we're rocking our body with a small movement here. Okay, just a really slow rock, keeping that core tight, engaged, and back on the ground. And we'll go ahead again, repeat that whole thing 2 times. All right, glute station number 2, here we go. We have every move on this station on our bench. Again, 30 seconds for each exercise, 2 rounds, and we have 3 exercises. So for number 1, we're just using that body weight in the bench. If you want to add a weight to this after you try a few reps, go ahead. But we are going to position ourselves like we normally do on the bench for hip thrusts. Okay, arms can come out. We have a single leg hip thrust. So pick up that one leg and you're going to drop it down, thrust up. You are squeezing through that working glute, driving through that heel on the ground, and hinging those shoulder blades kind of over the bench, a little different than we would for a normal hip thrust. Okay, so exercise number 1 is one leg, exercise 2 is the other leg. Exercise 3, we're going to grab that band on really quick if you have it. We're going to do an in and out hip thrust. So you start at the bottom like normal, and then as you get to the top, your legs come out, your knees press out against the band, and then come back in as you lower. So it's an in and out. We're having that abduction at the top, but instead of coming up for a hip thrust and then abducting, it's just kind of one flowing move. And that's station number 2, glutes. All right, fam, station number 3, cardio. We have descending time for 3 rounds. We just have 2 exercises this time, and we're gonna have a 45-second round, followed by a 30-second round, followed by a 15-second round. Okay, so we're gonna start out with a combo move here. So we're on the mat. We have a donkey kick into a wide mountain climber. Okay, so we're up in a high plank to start. Our donkey kick is our jump up, heels to butt, and then a wide climber. Back to that donkey kick, wide climber, and back. That's move number 1. Move number 2 is gonna be plank jack up down. So we're starting in our low plank. We have a plank jack, come up to a high plank jack, back down, and keep going with that move, a plank jack in between each one. We're gonna take the strength throughout here for our first exercise, and we are gonna grab that heavy weight and do a 1.5 rep RDL, okay? So we are picking up like we would for a deadlift, back nice and flat, slight bend in the knees, but we're stretching out those hamstrings, okay? So we'll start from the top here. We have a full rep all the way down. We're coming halfway up to about our knees, all the way down, and all the way up. Okay? Keep those lats engaged, but stretch those hamstrings out and pull up with those glutes. Okay? So really try to make that movement initiate with your glutes. That is a full-on strength move. Focus on form. And then we move on to exercise number 2, which is we're going to put our band on for. We're going to do some Superman position, lateral abductions, okay? So we're combining a few different things here, but we're going to start belly down, all right? And we're lifting up from the legs, squeezing those glutes, and then we have abductions, okay? So we're pressing out against the band, again, initiating with the glutes. It might be a small move, but try to keep those glutes up and squeeze the whole time. All right, that's station number 3 for glutes. All right, y'all, we are on our finisher. We're starting with that cardio finisher. What it's gonna look like is 3 exercises, 20 seconds of each for 3 total rounds, and we're not gonna take any rest. Okay, we're going straight through. We're finishing it strong. So exercise number 1, grab that heavy weight, whatever you got, holding it right under your chin. We have skaters, and every third one, we're gonna do that little knee drive and press overhead, okay? So we have 1, drop that foot behind, 2, 3, hop it up and press. Right back into it. 3 on that third, hop and press, okay? So nice little 20-second intense skater combo. For exercises 2 and 3, we're gonna do some Bulgarian pulses. So we are positioning our back foot up on that surface. We are nice and stable, and we're pulsing it out, driving through that front glute, keeping everything working for 20, and then third exercise, we'll switch sides and do the same. That's our finisher. All right, y'all, here we go. We're on that glute finisher, last part of our workout. Grab that band if you have it. We're gonna use an elevated surface, or you can use the wall. That's totally up to you. But again, we have 20 seconds of each exercise for 3 rounds, straight through, no rest. Okay, so we're starting here on the ground. Feet are elevated for all of these. All right, so heels are up on that surface. We have 20 seconds of regular bridges. Band them if you have it. After those 20 seconds, we're immediately into banded abductions, and we're staying in that raised bridge position. And then we are going to put those feet together for the next 20. Feet together, knees out. We have frog bridges. All right, just a little different positioning. And then lastly, we're dropping our hips down, and we have abductions in the downward position. That's going to be our active recovery, but again, we're going straight through, no rest, burning it out. Thanks, guys.